Hello and welcome to episode 57 of the Witchy podcast. I'm Shaiyeh, I'm a witch and I knit and I spin and I draw and I sew and I do all kinds of crafty things, and I like to sit down here on this channel every now and then and talk to you guys about it. And here we are again for the second week in a row. Who am I? With a new episode today to talk about some exciting things happening today and in the coming future, and also some updates on stuff I'm working on. Since it's only been like a week since last time I talked to you in a podcast episode, I don't have an awful lot of progress on stuff, honestly. But I do have a fringe that's not behaving as per usual. It's kind of standard here, isn't it? I am going to get into talking about patterns, but I am also, first of all, going to announce something that's really exciting to me, and I hope it's going to be exciting for you as well. Today is pattern release day for a new pattern from me, the Broom Riders mitts. They are releasing today. These are my Broom Riders mitts. They are a mitt with a picot edge up top on the thumb, and on the bottom it's got thumb gusset and it's got garter ridges. So this is a pattern that I designed like when I first got into when I first became a knitter with a capital K. So like in 2018, something like that. I mean, I've always been a knitter. I've always knit stuff like my whole life. I got really into knitting in like 2018-ish. And that's also when I started my podcast. So this is like something I started on back then. I knit a pair in like white and red, so like a candy cane basically. I'm gonna see if I can pop a clip of them here from an older episode. I'm gonna see if I have that. Otherwise, I'm gonna pop other mitts here, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I have any photos of them because I gave them away to my mum. But they are now a finished pattern and they are available on Ravelry starting today. That's exciting. So I will talk more about these, but pattern release date for my mitts. So yay, we have a new pattern out. It's so exciting. But yeah. That's those. I'm going, like I said, going to talk more about them straight away, because in this, yeah, we're getting into whips. In this lovely little bag with cats and pumpkins on it, there's a new cast on. And I thought, what's more fitting right now than casting on a second or third, for me, pair of my Broom Riders mitts. So I am, wow, that's blowing out. If I hold it there. I am casting on, no, I am knitting Broom Riders mitts by yours truly, by Shaiyeh. And I have just gotten past the picot edge and the first colour change. So this is going to be folded up into a cute little picot edge like that. That's how I like to do my picot edges. I said this when I talked about them last time as well. I don't like to knit the two layers together because I find that it gets warped and I can't really get it to look the way I want it to. So I just leave a longish tail. I do a long tail cast on with a bit of a too long tail, and then I just, when I'm done, I flip them inside out and I fold it up and I sew it down. And I do that for the top part and the thumb part as well, and is a lot more smooth than knitting it together, in my opinion. So yeah, I am knitting a second pair. It looks kind of weird right now since it's not folded up, but yeah, this is knit out of, these two will be one of my stripes held together. This is Isager Alpaca 1, the lace weight one, and this is, I think, Sandnes Tynn Stilk Mohair. My brain is not in the game today. I'm holding these two together for my contrasting stripes, which are just off the first stripe, and for my other stripes I'm using this, which is handspun by me. This is, the pastels are from SpinJones on Etsy, and it is rose fibre, merino and baby llama, and the black in this is just pure merino from Fingerborg, I believe. And yeah, this is roughly fingering weight, and these two together is roughly fingering weight, so it works hopefully. And yeah, it's gonna be fluffy, cozy, soft as heck, and I am super excited for my second pair of Broom Riders mitts. So yeah, I hope to have these done very quickly. I've been kind of stress knitting today, so I just cast this on and knit because I needed something to do with my hands without thinking too much. So yeah, and also because it's just, you know, fun to have more examples of your own pattern. So, but I have a bunch of lovely people who have knit them for me as testers, and I'm just so grateful. They look amazing. So hopefully you guys will like the Broom Riders mitts as well. But yeah, these are those, and I'm going to put them back in the bag. I am itching to keep on knitting because this handspun has been sitting in my stash now for a few years, and I've just not been sure what to do with them because I have a tiny amount. It's like 46 grams, which is more than enough for a pair. I know a tester knit the medium size on, no, I think she knit the largest size actually, and she used less than 40 grams. Granted, I'm now not using one single yarn, like I'm using different yarns, so it's going to use even less. So this mitt is designed for self-striping yarn, which this is not. So I'm striping yarns, which you can also do. You can do different new yarns for every single stripe if you want. You can do whatever you want with it. It's a really versatile little mitt. But yeah, I am striping my handspun and these two little leftover bits of lace weight that I have, so I'm excited about that. It's really cozy. This SpinJones fibre is dreamy. I also have like a big skein that I spun of rainbow yarn, like pastel rainbow obviously. I think the colourway of this yarn, the pastels, was like a rainbow kit called Let It Snow Glow a Little Bit More, I think it was. But yeah, I love it. I spindle spun it on my crystal spindle if I remember correctly. It's 2-ply, and yeah, very nice. So yeah, excited. Broom Riders mitts take 2. My second whip lives in this bag that I made a long time ago, and it is the Yule Socks by Elly of Curio Stitches, and I am in the middle of the heel. So I am really scared of dropping a lot of stitches because there are so many needles in this right now. But yeah, that is half of the heel, which is a new construction that I have never knit before because it's Elly's original construction, and it is new and super fun so far, and it looks really neat so far. Like I said, I've done only half of the heel, so it's going to look a lot better once I'm past it, but I didn't have time to finish it before filming, so here we are. It is a toe up sock, and yeah, this is the bottom of the heel obviously. So yeah, I knew that would happen. There we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that needle through there so hopefully it doesn't fall out again. This is why I don't really like DPNs. Gotta be honest. It's like, I like the idea of using them. I should probably get some wooden DPNs that are a bit shorter. These are like really old metal DPNs that I picked up in some charity shop way back, like before I got into knitting. Before I got into knitting, in the beginning of time, I got these needles in a charity shop. Yeah, but sometimes they're useful. I just don't like how slippery they are. So I like metal needles a lot actually, but I prefer when they have a little bit of grip. kind of like the Knit Pro Zings. I really like those. I also do love Addy needles, but my favourite ones are the Addy that also have a little bit of grip. I think they are called Addy Gold, Addy Copper, something like that. They are like a warm metal colour as opposed to the regular smooth ones that are silvery. But yeah, anyway, that's nothing to do with the sock or the pattern. That's just me dropping stitches and having a heart attack. So, but they look so good. I really enjoy knitting this squishy colour work with a textured slip stitch texture, a textured slip stitch texture. Try saying that 10 times fast. But yes, that's the sock. And I am excited and I can't wait to get on with it and knit my second one and wear them because they feel so cozy. It's going to be really tasty. Yay! But yeah, that's that one. And I'm going to put it back in the bag without dropping more stitches. So there we are. My third whip lives outside of its bag at the moment and it is not a secret anymore, so I'm not doing any more spoiler warnings, but this is essentially a spoiler warning. But yeah, I'm going to talk about my Stephen West shawl next, and I am actually really excited for it again, and I am knitting on DPS. I am halfway through, as of yesterday, my clue 3. So this is my second side twisted rib strip. Don't know what to call it. And this is my first side strip. I did not plan this pooling, but it is absolutely wonderful. So in this section you have slip stitches that go in like waves, and this yarn kind of follows it, and it looks, especially down here, we had a little bit of a different feeling in this part, but look, it's like following it but doing the opposite, and it looks so cool. Not planned pooling, but it was made for this. This yarn was made for this. I'm really, really happy with this. But yeah, this is half of clue 3. This yarn is so beautiful. Again, this is by Hexkettledyes on Instagram, and it is the Mary Shelley colourway with pinks and purples and oranges, and it's just so good. I love it, and it's really soft. This is coming together in a fun way now. So we have the middle part and we have the side part with the cables on the bottom, and then this long strip on the side. And obviously the other side is the same but mirrored. I saw someone say, I think it was a Yarn Tale podcast, this shawl is giving very much second sock syndrome because you do everything twice. Yeah, kinda, but I don't tend to get second sock syndrome. I did have a bit of second sock syndrome with the cables, honestly, and also but not really with this because it was mirrored, but you knit the other side by purling, so it was something else. But yeah, this one is surprisingly enjoyable for me. It's a 20-something stitch strip with very simple cabling and texture, and it's looking nice. I love what the yarn is doing, and I have no idea still how it's going to fit together. I have not been able to keep myself from seeing this shawl now in its entirety, because every time I go to open like my library on Ravelry or like, yeah, I see the Stephen West's pattern front page, and it has this thing on the bottom which I'm not convinced about, but I did see someone on YouTube who had, I don't know if this is like, because I know there's an option, because that's something someone else said, there's 2 options because I didn't read the pattern, I didn't watch his videos past where I am, but they had in these chevron, like on the bottom of the hello, on the bottom of the chevrons, a rounded something, like so it was like scallops, and that looked really pretty. If that's not in the pattern as the option for the thinner shawl, because I know there's, like I said, 2 options and we need to do something with these loops. If that's not an option, I'm going to try and do what that person did, because that looked really good. I loved that. But we'll see. Like I said, I've seen the finished one with the bottom chevrons, and I'm not convinced about the bottom chevrons, honestly. But I am convinced now that I want to continue knitting this, because this is enjoyable. It's fast and it's kind of mindless, and it's the right amount for me of involvement in knitting. So I'm really enjoying these strips. I thought I would hate them, because I like how I was like last time, cables aren't the best thing for me. Talking about these, because cable's kind of slow, it's not my favourite thing to knit. Sometimes it kind of hurts my hands. And then we have 2 long strips with lots of cabling. But this is easy cabling. You can cable without a cable needle. For front cabling, I like to use the needle, but it's just 1 stitch, it's okay. I don't mind. It's quicker for me to do it that way than cable needle free. I don't know where I was, because I went on with talking and hadn't pressed record. But anyway, that is the twists and turns, and I am really happy that I persevered through the cables and didn't give up on it and actually got on to the next part straight away. I thought maybe I should like pause this and do something else for a bit, because I'm kind of burnt out on it. But now I feel a lot better, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this ends now. So feeling a lot better about it, a lot better. And yeah, but it's still very colour blocky and weird. Like the construction is just weird this time, but it's fine. It's fine. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Seeing it come together in weird ways you wouldn't expect. So yeah, that's the twists and turns. Hopefully will be maybe finished by next time, or at least almost finished. We'll see. Speaking of finished, I have an FO today, and it is my Athame hood. Yay, it's done. I'm gonna put it on because it's finished. I hope I won't mess up my hair too bad. There we go, and I'm gonna there we go. It is the Athame hood, and it is so cool and cozy and slouchy and big, and it's just I could also do this and be really mysterious if I wanted, but I prefer wearing it like that. I adore this pattern. This is by The.Stitchin.Witch on Instagram and Ravelry. And it is such a cool construction. It has lots of brioche, and it's the hood with a little, it's like a little pixie hood with this. I love it so much, and it was really quick and fun to knit. And if you're not very familiar with brioche, you will be by the time you have finished it, but brioche is super simple, so don't worry about it. You should definitely knit this, even if you're not used to knitting brioche. But yeah, it has this Athame design on the side of one side of the hood, and yeah, it's just, I love it so much. It's so cozy. Can't wait to wear it out. I was going to get out and take photos of it today, but it's getting dark. It's 3:20 in the afternoon, and it's getting quite dark, so I'm gonna have to do that some other day, which is fine. It's totally fine. I want different makeup for it anyway. So yeah, that's the Athame. So let's take this off and talk a bit more about patterns. Let's talk a bit more about patterns. So again, the Broom Riders mitts, let's talk about them because it's pattern release day and I'm so excited. I really hope you guys will like these. They are, like I said, a simple fingering weight mitt with picot edges and garter ridges, a thumb gusset, and it has full instructions for all of it, of course, because I'm trying to be user friendly. And you can get the pattern on Ravelry. Like I said, also they do take less than 50 grams of yarn, so they are perfect if you have a half skein or leftovers from a sock. I had a tester, like I said, knit the biggest size or the medium size, I have to double check, on less than 40 grams. So they are a perfect little stash buster for like smaller amounts of yarn, and especially if you want to do all of the separate stripes in different colours from different little mini skeins, they're perfect for that as well. So yeah, you can definitely stash and scrap bust with these, and yeah. They are knit on 2mm needles, but you can use the needles you usually use to get gauge. If you use 2.5, it's the same as sock gauge, essentially. So if you are happy with the gauge for socks on 2.5, you can use that for this as well. But the pattern is written for 2mm, and yeah, it is, like I said, up on Ravelry, so run and grab them. Hopefully you will like them. They are very quick to knit, so they would make a perfect little Christmas gift as well if you celebrate Christmas or any other holiday where you gift people things. They are a perfect little quick project for very little yarn, so you can give them away to people for the holidays. And yeah. So yeah, those are my Broom Riders mitts, and like I said, they're live right now, and I again want to thank all of my testers so much. I'm gonna pop some pics on the screen right now with my testers' beautiful mitts that they made in the test group. They are so amazing. Everybody has been so sweet and supportive, and I've gotten great feedback on the pattern as well, so I'm so grateful. Thank you to all of my testers for testing my Broom Riders mitts, and I'm holding them upside down and being such lovely people and making this a wonderful beginning designing person experience. that came out weird. I'm new to designing, I've never done this before, and you guys have made this a very positive experience, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoyed everyone's picks. I have one more pattern of mine to talk about today, and that is, I mentioned these last time, but I am now, since we are past one test, calling for a new test for my spiced Merlot socks that I talked about last time as well. They are, and I will pop a clear picture here of the colourwork and the texture as well, so you can see kind of what we're looking at, because the contrast is a little bit low on these. But these are my spiced Merlot socks, and they are a textured pattern with a bottom of the foot heel gusset, a small colourwork strip up top, which takes maximum 10 grams, I would say 5, and yeah, I am looking for some people to test these. They come in 56, 64 and 72 stitches sizes, and just like my mitts, I have written the pattern on 2mm needles, but 2.5 is totally fine. I know most people knit, well, maybe not most, but a lot of people knit socks on 2.5. I just happen to be a person who likes to knit on 2, so they are kind of interchangeable for my patterns, I would say, because yeah. But yeah, I'm looking for some people to test these, so I will have a survey linked in a pinned comment on this video and also in the show notes. I will also pop them on Instagram and do a testicle on there, so you can go and sign up, and I will get back to you if you get a spot in the test. I did say this last time as well, that I might not be able to take a super big group this time because this is going to be a shorter test. I want these to go live for Christmas, so I kind of want to end this testing period on the 16th of December, so I have some time to finalise the pattern ready to go up. It is a bit of a short testing period, so if you know you can quickly knit some textured socks, hit the link down below and sign up, and I will get back to you if you get a spot. So hopefully we'll have some socks soon as well. And also, of course, Golden Wreath are coming out soon as well, but I will talk about them closer to when they get released, and we'll show you some pics from my lovely testers of those as well. So I'm not going to linger on those today. It's all about these now. So let's get some spiced Merlot on our needles, shall we? And yeah, that is about what I have today. It's a bit of a shorter episode. I only talked about a couple of projects because mostly I wanted to announce that my pattern is live today, and also I'm looking for testers for a new pattern. But of course also I want to show you what I've been working on. It's not everything I've been working on. I'm still working on my Corvus Corax, and also I've put some work into my capriole. But yeah, I wanted to focus on some the ones that have the most difference in them today, I guess. I don't know, sorry. But yeah, I'm super excited for pattern release. I really hope you will like them, and also thank you to everybody who's new here. There's been a lot of people subscribing since my last episode, and I'm so happy to see you all. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my content. It warms my heart a lot. So thank you for being here and for subscribing. I'm going to wrap up this episode now because, like I said, I don't have a lot else to talk about. Hopefully next episode will be a longer episode where I have more to talk about. So I usually film every other week for my podcasts because that's a good amount of time for me to get a lot of work done and like new things happening and stuff. But yeah, this is what we have this week. I'm so sorry. I also have more ideas for other kinds of videos coming up very soon, so if you want to keep seeing that and also keep seeing my podcast, of course, and keep up with my patterns and all of that fun stuff, consider subscribing and clicking the little bell notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And like this video if you liked it, leave a comment, and yeah. Thank you all so much for being here again and for subscribing, and also thank you to everybody who's been trying out my bag pattern. It's been great seeing people's versions of my bag tutorial, and I'm just so happy you guys are sharing what you make with me. It makes me so yeah, so happy. Thank you for liking what I make and show me what you make inspired by my makes. It's so cool. It's so cool, and I love you guys so much. This little community we're building, it's so good. Thank you. I'm getting all emotional over here, but I'm really just so happy and grateful. So thank you for being here. I will wrap this up now. I swear. I do this every time, I just keep talking. I'm so sorry. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my mates, even if you don't buy them. Check them out, give them a little like on Ravelry if you want. Share them on Instagram, whatever. I hope you like them. And I will see you again very soon in my next video. Have a wonderful weekend, a lovely week after that, and a great time. Stay cozy, knit stuff, take care of yourselves, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!